That's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Whole club selling out of the hitters doing steady. Small business don't come around and don't survive my ready. All I talk about and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Never had a mentor.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And the spotlight is on the Cardinals. Werner at wide receiver. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Cardinals and the Hawks, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this court. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Arizona defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And how about that last play? Did you see how quickly they got to the ball? Caused a loss of yardage? Yeah, that play shows exactly why their ranking is justified.
And now they're just hoping to see more of that. And he'll be stopped. Six after a gain of only a couple. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. There'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted number 1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And his stat line last week,
and right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Murray off play action. Wide open receiver complete. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 58 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cardinals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Second down, here's Charbonnet. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Well, this defense for the Cardinals very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now it's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Easy.
On play action, it's Murray. Open man is Higgins. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. The Cardinals hit 12-1 now to start play. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Play fake. Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it with the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A huge play there for Arizona. 68 yards.
Oh, man. Disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there. Doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there. Going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Geno now to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And they will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3rd and 3. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st as they've got things rolling on this drive. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals take a 3-touchdown lead. Slide for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. It's caught. Lockett. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Gets past one man. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Smith on first down. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To the air again, Smith. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Meanwhile, Murray's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a round. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things?
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Rondale Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cards come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it is 42-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
Throwing now is Geno. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fan.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Geno.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Throwing again is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Smith.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Zach Charbonnet.
42 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Myers connects on the PAT. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
To about the 48-yard line. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Cardinals who came away with the victory. So now they've got a chance here to sweep the season series if they can get the victory in Glendale. 2nd and 7.
Trap 60.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Okay, break. 18, right here. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Nance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Off play action. Nance. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a first down. Cook. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Back to throw. Nance swinging this out wide here for Cook. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Cook from 6 yards away. And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Seahawks on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? A draw play. Here's Smith on the keeper. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right at the 35. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
2nd and 10. Now Murray off play action. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Rondale Moore, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. On first down, it's Smith. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Smith throwing again. It's complete to Lockett. And Lockett going to pick up a Seahawks first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Play action. It's Smith. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Cards will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Back to throw it. Murray. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Thrown into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Smith now to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. B.J. Ojulari in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's 3rd and 9. Geno now to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Looking to throw. Nance. That is caught. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. One last throw here for Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.